Hello everyone, I am Sarvanjos, Assistant Professor, SNS College of Pharmacy and Health Science, Coimbatore, and today we are going to discuss the topic about addiction. So, what is addiction? So, addiction is a chronic and relapsing disorder. So, it is the relapsing disorder characteristic by the compulsion use. So compulsive use can be cause an addiction. Use of the substance or engagement in the behavior, use of the substance or an engagement in the behavior despite the harmful consequences. The harmful consequences are caused due to the addictions. So, the addiction, it affects the brain reward motivation and memory. So, addiction the most commonly affect the reward system. It stimulate the reward system of the brain and motivation. So, it some type of addiction which demotivate, some type of the addiction to motivate the consumption of the some illegal substance or something, and memory and decision making system, So, addiction is not merely is the lack of willpower, but it is or a moral failing. So, it is a moral failing. So, it is recognized as a complex medical condition. So, it is recognized as the complex medical condition of biological, psychological, social and environmental factors. So, biological, social and psychological and environmental factors which can cause addictions. So, the common factors of addictions, the common form of addictions are, there are two type of form. One is the substance addiction and another one is the behavioral addiction. The substance addiction is nothing, the consumption of substance that can cause repeated compulsion use of an compulsion which promote the compulsive behavior of the drug. So, example substance addiction, alcohol, which is an alcohol, most common people are addicted in it, and nicotine in smoking, and opioid drugs for painkillers. So, some patients are addicted to the painkillers because they have chronic pain. So, they are frequently take the medicine. Without medicine, they cannot live like that mentality that come to the people. So, the people are addicted to the opioid drugs. Without the drugs, the patient may feel psychologically feel very awkward. And next, elect drugs. They can various elect drugs used in the youngster generation. And behavior addiction, gambling. So, various gamblings are in the online websites and various are through the community basis. And internet gaming. So, internet gaming or various internet gaming also cause an addictions. And the social media addiction, like Instagram, Facebook and various platforms can cause the compulsive behavior which can repeatedly cause an addiction. And influenced by physiological factor, psychological factor and social factor and then environmental factor. Then causes and risk factors of addiction. Like what are the causes of addiction and what are the risk factors of addiction? So, causes and risk factors of addictions are, here the causes are divided into the 5 groups. First one is a genetic factor. If the parents have addiction, the child have 40 to 60% of chance to get the same addiction behavior to the children. So, hereditary influence account approximately 40 to 60%. And next one, environmental influences. So, peer pressure and family conflict that can be also cause an addiction due to the poverty and various childhood trauma that can also cause an addiction. And repeated exposure. If the persons are live near to the substance abusing area, substance production area, the patient can be repeatedly exposing to the such environmental, he can be easily addicted to that substance. And next in adolescents and young adults, the adolescent are easily get addicted to the any type of drugs or substance. So, in that age the memory power is and memory and psychological is very low. So, in that time easily they have no ability to think what's right and what's wrong. So, that time they are easily enter into the addictions. And psychological factor due to the stress, anxiety and depression, trauma and low self-esteem and poor coping mechanism. So, due to the psychological factors also the person have easily enter into the addictions. Okay. And next, key factors of addiction, the peer pressure and the family conflict. In between the family there are fight or some arguments. So, the people can be easily going into an addiction. And the easy access to the drug, there are all area, there are easy access to the drugs and So the person can easily consume or get the drug. And poverty, due to the poverty, the people get depressed and taking the drugs. And stress and trauma. To avoid the stress and trauma, the person can consume such as alcohol or nicotine to avoid the stress, or to forget the stress. The person can cause addiction. And early exposure to the substance use. In the adolescent stage, their early exposure to that drugs or something, that habit is formed and which can cause an addiction. Once the habit, repeated compulsive behavior habit is formed, then can lead to an addiction. And next, sign and symptoms of an addiction. So sign and symptoms, there are physical sign and symptoms, which means which can increase the tolerance of the drug, and withdrawal symptoms. If the patient stop taking the drug, they can cause sweating or swearing, the various symptoms. And sleep disturbance. Without the drug or gambling or without that addicted thing, they cannot sleep properly. And weight changes, and so the weight can be changed due to their physiological changes in the body. And deterioration of the general health, where overall health should be damaged and imbalanced stage. And psychological manifestation, mood swings. So sometimes they be happy, sometimes they be sad. Within few seconds their mood can be changed. And anxiety and depression and irritability, and the impaired concentration. The concentration can be impaired. They cannot focus the one thing for a long time. Their mood will be swings and their memory power will be decreased. And behavioral signs, secrecy, negligibility of responsibility, social withdrawal. So behavioral signs, they are isolated from the society and they are living the separate their own world. So that is a main point. On the financial difficulties due to the consumption of over drug, the cost of the drug is also high. So they cannot afford their basic needs, basic food. So there are the financial difficulties. So long term consequence of addiction. So what are the long term consequence of addiction? Is liver disease. If you take the too much of alcohol, which can damage the liver, which is the liver is important for metabolism. So liver diseases are easily come, and liver damage can be occurred due to alcohol. And also if you smoke, which also causes a respiratory problem and the cardiovascular problem. And our immune system is very downgraded. So the infectious disease can be easily can causes. And neurological damage, which can be also damage the neurological cells. So these are the basic concept about the addiction. So what is addiction, what are the symptoms and signs of addiction, what are the type of addictions are seen in this video. Okay, thank you for watching video. Have a great day.